What's up YouTube, it's JamesboyHD here, and today I'm just going to share a few tips on how to get a MOAB. So let's get started, but first of all I'm just going to say that in this video I don't actually get a MOAB. To be honest, I don't do very well at all. I think I only get like 28 kills and 9 deaths, so it's pretty disappointing, but I just want to get the message across to you. So let's get started. Now, first of all, you want to find a right gun that can suit you. So this gun depends on what type of style you play. So let's say you are a guy that likes to rush and flank enemies, then really you need to be using an SMG, not an assault rifle. And if you're one of them guys that like to sit back, get the backup map, and in other words camp, then you really need to be using an assault rifle to get them bullets into the enemy, because assault rifles tend to be more powerful than SMGs. And you want to be using a gun that you're familiar with, so because this is one of the reasons why people don't get MOABs. They watch videos online and the gun that they use, they think they need to use that gun. That is wrong. Use a gun that you like and that how you can play, because everyone's different, everyone's got their different tactics. But I will put up what I use in this video soon, and if you really do want to try what I use, then you can, but I do recommend setting up your own class, but that's up to you. The next tip is your secondary. Your secondary is just as important as your primary, because let's say you run out of ammo and you've got an enemy running towards you. You want to swap quick and get them bullets into the enemy so you can get that kill and keep yourself alive. So I tend to use a submachine gun. I don't like pistols because I don't really have a fast trigger, so you can just spray with submachine gun. I usually use MP9. So yeah, thirdly, your perks are essential and just as important as your guns. For me, I use extreme conditioning, assassin and marksman, but that's me, not you. So you choose what you think is right and what you're comfortable with. If you do want to set up your own class and not copy me, I do suggest using assassin, because assassin will keep you off the radar so enemies can't find you. So if you are one of them people that like to sit back and camp with the assault rifle, then assassin is really important for you. Your strat package is important as well, because what I like to use is the specialist, because this gives you extra perks. And what I find is when I get the all perk bonus, I kind of feel invincible, because you've got every perk in the game and you can glide through the map and you just feel like you can really get the MOAB. I don't really use assault or specialist because they don't really help that much. If you're going for MOAB and you're using assault, what is the point apart from the UAV to find where enemies are? Because if you're using something like an AC-130, then you're going to get the kills, but they don't count towards the MOAB, so I don't see the point. So you may as well use a specialist to get extra perks, because that is really helpful. So if you are going for MOAB, you should not be running around the map that much. I recommend finding the correct spots for every map. You want to memorise the spawns on every map, because if you don't really know a map and you're trying to go for MOAB, you've got no chance, because the other people will gain advantage over you and you're just going to keep dying and you're not going to get the MOAB. You're going to end up raging and switching off your Xbox, and it's not going to go right for you. So a good idea is to memorise, and then you can see where the enemies are coming from and you can kill them really easy, and then you'll feel a lot better because you'll do a lot better in the game. Also play with people that you know, and ask them to help you get a MOAB. I tend to go in a party of 6 and I always ask them to use the support, and I always ask them to put on UAV and advanced UAV, because that can really help you find the enemies. And let's say some guy has assassin on, you want to really keep a keen eye around you, just in case that does happen. You don't want someone who's... The reason I play in parties because when I go online, a lot of people are trying to get a MOAB themselves, or they just like to use the assault. Let's say someone online is using the assault and they have things like AC-130 on. That's going to steal a bunch of your kills, and you're not going to get them. So you want to play with a party. Once you're near the MOAB, people start to panic, and this is the worst thing you can do. When you start to panic, you start to get nervous and you start doing silly things that will end up getting you killed. Now remember to stay around the outside of that map and wait for kills to come to you. Don't go to them. You'll always get a kill. They'll always come to you. Because what people do is they tend to run straight in. They think, oh right, I've only got to get 2 more kills, I'll go and get them. And what ends up happening is a camper, like who's using a sniper rifle, he will just shoot you as you walk in. So just do what you keep doing, and you should be fine. And yeah, that's basically it. But here's a few more tips. Play on the right sensitivity, because if you're a guy that does well on 5, but you see someone using 10, you think, oh right, I'll use 10 because he's doing well. You're not going to do well because you're used to 5, so play on 5. Always charge your controller. You don't want to be 1 kill off a MOAB in the middle of that map and your controller goes off. That's the worst thing that can ever happen. So charge your controller or replace the batteries. Play with a party, so play with a 6-man party that's using the support. You want to communicate, so get a team that can communicate well with you and tell you where enemies are if they get killed. You want a good pair of headsets, so Turtle Beach, Astros, etc. Take breaks, so if you don't get the MOAB, take a break, relax a bit, then go back on. You don't want to end up sweating, do you? Use a class that you're comfortable with and not what your mate uses, because use the class that you feel what's correct. Don't expect a MOAB every game, that's not going to happen, and if it does then you are one tank, but that's not going to happen anyway. Play intelligently, so don't just end up rushing out and getting killed. If you see a scavenger pack, then don't run out unless you know it's safe. And finally, use your minimap, because that can help you and tell you where enemies are. Thanks for watching, I hope you subscribe.